Hello everyone, my name is Shonda and welcome to my channel, Under the Needle. I am here today with an unboxing. My Sew Sampler box came yesterday. I wanted to do this video yesterday, but I was kind of focused on finishing the quilt that I was working on, and I kind of wanted to put all my energy into getting that done. So this is the August Sew Sampler box from Fat Quarter Shop. This box was on time. The past two boxes were delayed due to supply issues, so this one is on time. This is done by Fat Quarter Shop. It is $24.95 plus shipping. So very reasonably priced box. This is probably one of the lower priced boxes that you can get. It's one of my favorites, as I say, because it's always going to be different. It's always going to be a surprise. I'm going to be introduced to products or fabrics that I might not have normally purchased. So it's something I enjoy. And for $24.95, you know, I'm good with it. There's always a coupon. So this comes in, kind of covering the contents of the box, but on the back of it is always a coupon for subscribers. This month's coupon is 25% off all Lori Holt notions. Not bad. All right, so this is cute. I'm going to start with this. And they always give you a summary in here. They give you a summary sheet that tells you everything that's in the box. But, I kind of like to open the items one by one and kind of see what they are. So this looks like some type of little container. It's adorable. Was this like a tea tin? It's got like a safety, when you buy like a tea tin, it comes with like the lid to keep the tea from losing flavor. So I'm not sure what this is. It looks like a small tea tin, but I'm not sure if that's what it's supposed to be or not. I'm probably going to have to take a sneak peek at the thing here. Oh, okay. Okay, it's a trinket tin. So you can store things in it. We also got some buttons, so I think I might put the buttons in here. Or not, maybe. I'm not sure. So these buttons are by Lori Holt of Be In My Bonnet. They're called cute little buttons. There's a variety of buttons in here, a variety of colors, and some different shapes as well, and different sizes. And let's see, what else do we have here? These are Slap and Wrap Peels by the Gypsy Quilter. So it says wrap large spools and thread cones to avoid tangles and thread tails. Keep stabilizers and interfacing neat and tidy. Roll up cork and vinyl with style. Wrap up your Applifuse mat to transport to and from class. Wears a bracelet and keep notes and measurements on hand. And we also get an erasable marking pen for labeling. And it looks like there are 3. So this is basically like, I don't know if you grew up in the 80s, but if you did, we used to have slap bracelets, right? And you buy it and you just go like that and it would slap around your wrist and it was quite the trend. So that's kind of what these are, but they are silicone. I just dropped one, but they're silicone. Whereas the ones I grew up in were like plastic or fabric. These have like a silicone. These are made of silicone. So I guess that's how you use them. Anything that you want to wrap up. So I guess for me, I could use this. Well, my Supreme slider is already in its case. I keep it in its case. But if I did not have my Supreme slider, if I did not still have the tube that it came in, I could certainly use one of these to kind of keep it in place. Let's see, what can we try it on? I'm not sure if I'll use this. I'm not sure if I have a use for this personally. but it's cute. I might have a use for it down the road. They certainly don't take up very much space. So literally, I'll probably just stick this in one of my pen cups, and if I have occasion to need to use them, I'll use them. Maybe I'll use them. Sometimes I wrap up my binding. I wrap my binding around a toilet paper roll or an old thread spool, and this could be convenient for keeping my binding on. So I think I could use it for that. All right, and then here is, of course, we have our next installment in the Bright Side Quilt Along. So this is, each box has a block for a quilt along block. I forgot what month the quilt along started. The new one started maybe February. No, it looks like April. April, May, June, July, August. Yeah, April. So the new one started in April. So this is block 5. It is the finished block is a heart. I can never get this right. So that's your finished block, the heart. I'm not doing the sew along, but it is part of the box, so I do want to show you guys. And this is our pattern. This is cute. So to make this, you need a jolly bar. A jolly bar is basically half a layer cake. It's a proprietary product for Fat Quarter Shop. I don't think anyone else, I know no one else sells it. It's called a Jolly Bar because the owner of Fat Quarter Shop is Kimberly Jolly. So it is proprietary to them, and I believe only Moda participates. This is something that they do with Moda. They created their own pre-cut, which is a 5x10 rectangle, and they call it a Jolly Bar. So basically, if you take a layer cake and cut it in half, you have 2 Jolly Bars. So it looks like we have a whole Jolly Bar here. And this is Stitch by Lori Holt of Bee in My Bonnet. I'm actually pretty happy to get this. I'm going to open this plastic. Now, every Jolly Bar comes with a pattern. So, and generally that pattern is proprietary to the Jolly Bar. Like, you can't get the pattern unless you buy a Jolly Bar, the Jolly Bar. So this comes with a pattern that is exclusive to this Jolly Bar. And this is the finished quilt, this here. And this is 42.5 by 49.5. I do see myself potentially making this. I don't see myself potentially making this. I don't like all that background. If I look at a quilt pattern and it calls for 5 yards of background, I'm generally out. It's a lot of background for me. I don't like all that negative space. I don't like all that background. It's just a personal preference. So for me, this quilt is very background heavy. So let's see here. To make the throw size, you need one Jolly Bar, which is this. I'm going to show you guys the fabrics too. These fabrics are pretty. I didn't used to like Lori Holt's fabric. It took me a while to get used to the colors, you know, kind of the feed sack type feel, the kind of 1930s reproduction type feel. I wasn't really into that fabric at first, but I've grown to like it now. I do have an affinity for it now. It's generally not what I collect, but I used to hate it, and now some of it I'm like, that's pretty cute. I don't want to pay that. Lori Holt's products usually don't go down very much in price. When I'm looking around for fabric on sale, what I don't see is Lori Holt and Tula Pink. Usually if you want those lines, you're not going to find them at the bargain basement prices that I like to look for. So we need 1 Jolly Bar and 1 3/4 yards for background and borders, and then half a yard for the binding, and that makes 40.5 by 46.5 quilt. So basically, if you want to make the throw size at 40.5 by 46, you just need this 1 3/4 yards of background and half a yard of binding. If you wanted to make a larger lap size quilt, you would need to buy another one of these. And so you would need 2 of these, 3.5 yards of background. That's your background and your border, and 5/8 yard for the binding. And it would finish at 59.5 by 68.5. And here again is what that quilt looks like. And because we are getting a full Jolly Bar, of course, we get our bonus. We get a bonus pattern that comes with the Jolly Bar, and that is this one here. It's called Simple Stitch. It basically kind of reminds me of the ground cover quilt by that Missouri Star did. It reminds me of that. This is a very popular block. And again, to make this quilt, this quilt, to make this quilt, you would again need one Jolly Bar, and 1.5 yards of background, and then 5/8 yard of binding. So to try to give you a better look at this, I think this is super cute. I also like the bee cross stitch a lot too. I liked that line. And I don't believe that there are any duplicates in here, which is probably another reason why her fabric is expensive the way it is, because you don't when you buy a pre-cut, you don't get a lot of duplicates. So I don't want to go through all of them, but you can kind of, those were some of the blues. Here we have some of the reds, pinks, some lighter pinks. We've got some yellows, some greens, some grays, some whites, and some kind of like tannish color. But again, there don't appear to be any duplicates in this bundle here. Like I don't see a one. So that always makes for a pretty unique project, right? Because you have absolutely no duplication. You don't have all that duplication. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited about this. I'm pretty excited about this because it looks like, based upon the pattern, each Jolly Bar, each 5 by 10 inch square makes one block. So you will literally have an entire quilt with no matching blocks, and that is exciting to me. I might have to iron this up. No, I can't, because I've already cut out another quilt. I've already cut out the printed fabric, and actually no, and the background. I finished cutting the background yesterday. So yeah, there's a pattern that I've been dying to make, so I'm going to be starting on that today. So I can't do this right now, but I'm pretty excited about this. I do actually, like I said, I don't want to make this quilt, but I'm pretty excited about making this quilt. I can never get it right. It's because it's backwards for me. Never mind my nails, people. I'm sorry about those. My fiance, he likes long nails, and he had showed me some nails that he really liked, and he wanted to see if I could get something like that. And so I tried to accommodate him, right? And so I got these nails put on, and they were pretty, but they are a bit longer than what I'm used to. I get fake nails sometimes, but I normally get them a little bit shorter. And so I kept catching my nail. It's crazy what an eighth of an inch, or what an extra eighth of an inch or an extra quarter of an inch, how difficult it can be to manage if you're not used to it. Because literally I would like catch my nail on something, and so my fingernails were getting sore, and I was actually like, I had blood under the nail where I had caught it on something and it pulled too hard. So I ended up like anything that I could pop off, and I know you're not supposed to just pop them off, okay? I know it weakens your nails. I know it's bad, but I needed them off. So anything that I could like wiggle off, I took off. And then anything that I couldn't, I just cut it down. So you can see these two I got off, but not these three. And on this hand, I was able to get off these four, but not the thumb. So I'm going to have to get my tools out and get my acetone out and get these suckers off. It's just not a priority for me at the moment. So anywho, that's our box. Quick recap. I talk too much. Quick recap. So we have our pattern and our fabric. This is a full Jolly Bar. This is 42 5 by 10 inch rectangles. So half a layer cake. So just to be clear, this right here is almost the price of your box. Because you got to figure a layer cake. I think Fat Quarter Shop sells a layer cake for $38 or $39. And I think a Jolly Bar goes for about 20 bucks. So this is about your box right here. This right here. This is your $25 almost. Right? So basically this is what you're paying for. The Jolly Bar. I think they're like $18.95 or $19.95 or something like that. So basically this is the primary value of your box right here. And then everything else is basically a bonus. So, here it is, $18.98. So this is a premiere. This is an exclusive. So this Jolly Bar is a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive. Of course it is, because nobody else has a Jolly Bar. But also it looks like the So Sampler folks got this line before it was on the website. That's what it's saying. It says we're stitching all summer with the Stitch Jolly Bar, exclusively cut for Fat Quarter Shop, 5 by 10, 42 prints. So like I said, no duplicates. Lori Holt's newest collection. That's another thing. They never give you anything old. They always give you a new premiering line. And that's why sometimes they have delays, because they're not giving you something old that they've had sitting around. I've had boxes where they do that. And sometimes that's okay, depending on what the purpose of the box is. But for a box like this, the star of the show is that each month you are getting a new fabric line. You're getting something new, something that's just been released, or something that is newer. It's never last year's anything. I commend them for that. But it says So Sampler got it first. So like I said, it looks like if you are a So Sampler subscriber, you got this before everyone else. So nice little exclusive. And then of course we got our next installment in our Bright Side Quilt Along. And then of course, since we got a Jolly Bar, we got our bonus pattern. This is just included in the cost of the Jolly Bar. So the Jolly Bar is $18.98, and you automatically get a pattern with it. So this is just part of the value of the Jolly Bar. We have these Stitch cute little buttons. It says there's a mix of 75 buttons in 3 different sizes and styles, and a variety of colors. These are cute. I don't have any little girls to sew for anymore. I did put buttons on a quilt once. The very first quilt that I made for my oldest daughter when she was younger, I used this fabric that I found from Walmart and denims. I took her old denim jeans and cut squares. And then I cut matching size squares from different colors of fabric. And then I made like a pattern and I put it together. And then I backed it with fleece. And then I tied it with embroidery floss. But on some of the squares, instead of just tying it with embroidery floss, I added a button. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have that quilt anymore, because that was a long time. She's 25 now. So it's probably been 20 years. So there's that. And then we have our pastel slap and wrap peels, which is basically, you know, your big giant spools of thread. I don't normally use the big giant spools of thread, but if you use the big ones, You could use this to keep your threads tame and from unraveling off your spool, or you can basically use it to hold together anything you want. If you got some interfacing, if you got some stabilizer, or if you have your applique pressing sheet, things like that, you can roll them up and then use this sucker to wrap around it. I'm not doing it very well now, to kind of hold it and keep it in place. It does appear to be adjustable in size, so it should work for just about anything you want to keep together. I think that this is pretty versatile. I'd probably be more likely to use this outside of my sewing room than inside of my sewing room. And it comes with this pen. This is an erasable marking pen for labeling. So I guess this, so basically this is one of those it looks like one of those heat erasable pens. It doesn't specifically say in what way it's erasable. So I don't know if we can erase with this eraser on the tip or how that works. Let's try it out. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's exactly what it does. So here we go. We write something, we erase something. I can't. It's backwards. Yeah, so it doesn't want to erase because this is really not the right, but if I sit it down and I can press a little bit harder, it does pretty much erase. You can see the indentations, but the ink is gone. I don't know if this is heat erasable or not. I'll probably try it out, because if it is, I'll just put it with my heat erasable pens and I'll use it for quilt marking like the rest of them. I don't see myself marking these. I don't see myself writing on these to identify anything. I just don't see it. So I see me using these to keep things together. Like, I think this would be great for cords. You know, like when you wrap a cord and it you know, it doesn't want to stay. That's what I'm going to use these for. I'm going to use these for wrapping cords. Like I said, I'm probably going to use it outside the quilting room and not inside. But like it, useful to me. And again, I'll probably see if this works with heat. If this is heat erasable, this will go on my stash of heat erasable pens, and I'll use it for quilt marking. We also, last but not least, we got our little tin. I have no idea what I'm going to use this little tin for. It is cute. It's adorable. It's small, but it is adorable. I don't need it for pins, so I don't see me using it for pins. It's not super large, so it probably goes about to your knuckle. So it's not super deep. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here. Or I might just use it as a cute decoration. I don't know. And of course, we got our coupon, which is 25% off Lori Holt Notions. So I think this is a pretty solid box. I am really happy with the fabric. I had not seen this line. I was not familiar with it. I didn't know that Lori Holt had dropped something new. But then again, I haven't been watching Fat Quarter Shop's live streams. I used to tune in every Friday, but I haven't been lately. So I didn't know that this was coming out. So I like the fabric. I like the box in general. Definitely feel like I got my money's worth. Don't feel cheated in any way, shape, or form. I got my $24.95 worth. So I'm happy with this month's box. And let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the Sew Sampler. If it's not open, you can put yourself on a waiting list and they will notify you when it's open and you sign up. And like I said, $24.95 a month. So I think for me, with the tax and shipping, it comes up to be, I think, $31.93. So it's a good buy for me. It's a good value for me. And I get new fabric that I never would have purchased, ever. I never would have bought this. If I saw this on the Fat Quarter Shop website for $18.98, I would not have bought it. Period. But in my box, it's like a little gift. It's like a little surprise to myself every month. So, yeah, that's it for me. If you got any questions, let me know. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. And I will see you next video.